So, my take on the DOGE investigation? Coming right up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Common Sense, Logic, and Reason. And as always, I want to say thank y'all for joining me today. So, since Donald Trump has been inaugurated, since his inauguration, he's been making good on his promise to audit the federal government. And in this short time, DOGE has basically uncovered mass fraud that's going on in this country. You know, fraud everywhere with the Department of Education, the Department of Treasury, FEMA, fraud, the USAID, which is where the real scams has been going on with these politicians, apparently, and many more. Now, we knew that the federal government was inept. We knew this because all the time when you're dealing with the government, you're not really dealing with having to be competent, because generally we really don't hold politicians as accountable as we should. So they don't. If you don't hold people accountable, they're not going to be accountable. But we really had no idea that it was this bad. We always say, I've heard many people ask the question, how in the world are politicians go to DC with nothing? You know what I'm saying? And end up being multimillionaires on a $200,000 salary, right? You look at Hillary Clinton, her net worth is estimated to be between 100 and 120 million. Like, what did she do to earn that? I know she does lectures, paid speeches and stuff like that, and she wrote books. Well, books for ghostwriters, of course. But how does she justify having $120 million net worth estimated could be? What has she done? Because if you or I, we were broke and then all of a sudden have millions in investments, somebody's going to ask questions. We're going to have to justify why, how we got that we got millions like that, or have that network with no seeming reason, no legitimate reason that we would have it. You know what I'm saying? But these politicians, they can do this and we don't question any of this. I mean, we wonder why our interest payments on the debt is almost $2 trillion. My God, $2 trillion. Got countries that don't even have a budget like that, and I would say probably most countries don't even have that budget, and that's just our interest payment on the debt because of fraud, waste, and ineptness over the years with these politicians. And you hear them do more crying about the Department of Defense. I hear, the left always crying that we spend more money on national defense than the next 10 nations combined. But you never hear them cry about all of this fraud, these interest payments from all this fraud, probably more fraud than all the other, the next 10 nations combined. They don't say that. Now, the question that I really have for this, though, my question is to anyone who have a problem with this. Obviously, the Democrats would have a problem with this because they're the ones who's mostly making our life fat rats. The Democrats, and you expect them and the lamestream media to come out and come to their aid and lie and do what they always do. Lie and give false information and half-truths. But any average person out there, why would you have a problem with auditing the government? Even if you voted for Kamala Harris and you voted for Biden in 2020 and you voted against Trump in 2016. I mean, even if you hate Donald Trump with every fiber of your being, why would you be against auditing the federal government that would audit you and at the drop of a hat? Trust me, if you in your personal life had so much question about your income, you will be audited. So I don't understand why anybody would have a problem with auditing the government. I just don't understand it. Only the extremely brainwashed leftists who listen to the media can do so. Anybody would have common sense will say, you know what, I mean, I like Trump, but I like the fact that he's auditing the government because it's about time for us to know what's going on and what's going on with our tax dollars that we spend in it too. So I want Donald Trump, this DOGE to continue. I want this investigation to continue. I want them to edit the federal government. I want them to turn over every desk, open every drawer, and check every damn paperclip to see what these people are doing with our money, so we can get back to some level of sanity. So again, this is basically a promise that Trump is making good on, and I hope he continue to make good on the rest of his promises, especially with the promise he made in 2016 of locking her up. He needs to follow through on it now. Anyway, y'all, like I said, this is my 2 cents on DOGE investigation, and I just hope they continue going on and continue to investigate what's going on in the federal government, because we need to hold these people accountable for their actions the same way they will hold us accountable. Anyway, y'all, as always, until next time.